Welcome back to another Reddit reading. This one was posted by user AlertPiano341 on subreddit Superstonk, titled Tombstone Tweet Confirms Reverse Merger, reposted Reverse Merger DD. This is a Ryan Cohen Tombstone tweet. A tombstone is a written advertisement that gives investors basic details about an upcoming public offering. Reposting merger DD. What's RC's plan? Does he have a plan? Reverse Uno card. Reverse merger. Here's what I think Ryan Cohen's plan is. Okay. I've heard a lot of talk about stock splits, reverse splits, dividends, or crypto dividends, etc., on how RC can shake the shorts. None of those really go the whole way. Reverse split is out of the question as the stock is not liquid enough, and there is legal questions surrounding the crypto dividend, overstock. Also, none of these moves benefit Ryan Cohen and GameStop at the same time. They may hurt the shorts or help retail investors, but none of the options help GameStop and RC at the same time. I have posted, and others have thought about RC buying more GameStop. After reviewing the filings, he can buy up to 20% of the company at any point. This whole time, I've been waiting for him to buy and thinking that he is waiting for volume to dry up, or to save his ammo to protect the stock if the price starts to fall. But there's a serious flaw in that thinking. It doesn't help GameStop. I'll lay out the timeline of RC and GameStop below, more in depth below, but at this point, RC has control of the board and the chairmanship. He doesn't need to buy any more stock the way normal people do. GameStop, with the help of RC and his merry band of apes, has erased its long-term debt, minus leases, and raised $555 million, a nice down payment on the transformation. Ryan Cohen wants to own more of GME. Most owners/CEOs own over 20% of the companies they run. He is totally invested in the GameStop turnaround. The best thing he can do is a reverse merger. He capitalizes RC Ventures with a lot of money, 500M, 750M, $1.5 billion. He can even bring in other private investors. RC Ventures and GME merge. They create a holding company that they both merge into. The holding company is renamed GameStop and eventually trades as GME under a new CUSIP number. How does it help Ryan Cohen? He gets ownership of whatever percentage of the stock at the agreed upon merger price. It would be the same amount as if he bought on the open market. How does it help GameStop? They actually get the capital. If Ryan buys on the open market, they don't get the money that they sold the stock when they issued it. This way, Ryan gets to infuse the company with much needed cash and increase his ownership stake at the same time. You're probably asking, how does it help Ape? Did you gloss over the part about the CUSIP number? Here, read this. Changing the stock CUSIP number results in each share with the old CUSIP number having to be exchanged for a share with the new CUSIP number, which causes each short position to have to prove the borrow. Naked short positions would be unable to comply, and those positions could have to be covered by purchasing shares with the new CUSIP on the open market. Now, the reverse split or the reverse merger has been tried before, and it does squeeze the stock price a bit, but then it goes right back down. Typically, this is because it is done on penny stocks and the shorts can simply cover, as it's not that expensive or there is not as many naked shorts as people think. But what if there is a ton of naked shorts? Then those shorts are fucked. If they sold a bunch of shares naked and kept doing it without ever thinking they would need to be returned, they would be forced to buy a ton of GME under the new CUSIP number. Addition, more research and DD need to be done on how a merger or reverse merger affects users on eToro. Mark Cuban. Their goal is to never cover their short, but that would take the company going out of business or being delisted. That won't happen here. The best thing you can do is hold onto the stock and do business with GameStop. If everyone goes to their website and buys from them, that is going to help the company, which will help the stock, which will help everyone here. If you still believe in the reason you bought the stock, and that hasn't changed, why sell? The shorts plan was never to cover. I've been writing a DD where I believe that Citadel and SUS has been stashing their naked option sells or naked short sales, and sold not yet purchased liabilities, which are ballooning. Citadel has no close, described the naked shorting done by Citadel Securities the best. Oh, and GME has done this before when they merged with EB Games. GameStop EB Gaming merger. They created a new holding company, like laid out above. More fuel for the fire. Ryan Cohen changed lawyers, DFV pointed it out in his tweets. New lawyer, rising start in mergers and acquisitions. He also has a team of lawyers, but Ryan's on the filings now. New team. Ryan Cohen has the assets. He sold Chewy for billions. He bought 2 stocks, Apple and Wells Fargo. We don't know the ratio, but articles point to it being heavy on Apple. Do you like apples? RC owns 6.2 million shares of Apple. Tinfoil hat time. Apple has been acting weird since mid-February. Apple bought back $19 billion in March. The stock didn't pop up until they crushed earnings and announced that they are going to buy back $90 billion more, and it's dipping again. I've been thinking it is fun selling out to cash out or to cover your position. Probably covering the position as Apple it is safe haven stock. But what if it was someone ready to go? All in on GME. Yeah, crazy theory. Let's recap what Ryan has done to date. Ryan Cohen started purchasing GameStop on August 13, 2020. Registers and incorporates RC Ventures LLC on August 28, 2020. Files the first 13D on August 28th, signifying that he owns more than 5%. Buys more GME, and then on November 16, 2020, writes a letter to the board. This is really the only DD I need. He points out in the letter GameStop is failing and squandering a golden opportunity. Unfortunately, it is evident to us that GameStop currently lacks the mindset, resources, and plan needed to become a dominant sector player. The company remains in long-term secular decline due to its apparent unwillingness to pivot with urgency and grow with gamers. As evidence, stockholders have seen the value of their equity decline by nearly 68% over the past 3 years and decline by nearly 85% over the past 5 years. GameStop is also one of the most shorted stocks in the entire market, which speaks volumes about investors' lack of confidence in the current leadership team's approach. He knows they were short. Please be advised that RC Ventures is not interested in receiving a lone seat on GameStop's 10-member board. It is not enticing to become an isolated stockholder advocate on a board that has overlooked years of digital revenue opportunities and presided over massive value destruction without assuming full accountability. We want GameStop's leaders to do their jobs and implement a strategy for bringing the company into the 21st century. Sincerely, Ryan Cohen, Managing Member, RC Ventures LLC. Would not be bought off with board seats. On December 21st, 2021, RC acquires more GME. He now owns 12.9%. DFV eagle eyes it and notes Ryan's switched attorneys. Thanks, DFV. You look at everything. GME and RC filed a 13D/A that they have come to agreement that the board will expand from 10 to 13 seats, and Alan Attal, Ryan Cohen, and Jim Grube will be added to this board. At the shareholders meeting, it will go back to 9 members. Here's the agreement. Please read it. The standstill provision lasts until 120 days after the annual meeting, unless they amend or terminate it. Standstill period for stock ownership, and it changes the definition of an interested stockholder from 15 to 20%. It notes that an interested stockholder would be restricted on any business combination for 3 years after they reach 20%, changed from 15%. He is approved to buy 20% of the stock to date, but has not. James Bell resigns February 23rd. GME hires new COO from Amazon March 23rd. They also hired a series of C-suite executives to lead the transformation. GameStop, April 5th, 2021, updates their at-the-money offering, reduced shares from being offered, and increased the target price, and the press thought it was bad. Side note, in late 2019, GME bought back over 30 million shares. So they bought back 30 million shares in 2019 for $150 million. and sold 3.5 million shares in 2021 for $555 million. GME, April 8th, 2021, announces Ryan Cohen will be director of the board on 6/9, and that the board will be 6 members. Ryan has 4 of the 6 seats. Okay, he wrote a letter on November 11/16, and 6 months later, he is the chairman of the board and has board control. GME 4/13/21 announces voluntary early redemption of senior note. Cool, they will be debt-free. Let's check out the note. Declare dividends, make payments, or redeem or repurchase capital stock, or make distributions in respect of capital stock. Sell assets. Engage in mergers, acquisitions, and other business combinations. He can now do the merger. GME 4/19/21 announces CEO succession plan. I don't think it matters if it's Ryan or not. Ryan is steering the ship another person would just bring in added brainpower and experience. GME April 26/21. GME complete at the market equity offering program, 21 days, sells 3.5 million shares for $551 million. GME April 30th, 2021, retired the debt and announced the opening of a new fulfillment center. Ryan Cohen buys in August, writes a letter in November, and in less than 6 months he has erased long-term debt outside of leases, raised over $500 million, remade upper management, started the process of opening a fulfillment center for the East Coast, added NFT and blockchain to the pipeline. Original post on reverse merger posted 3 weeks ago.